Hi everyone, it's Peter from PS Sound, and in this short walk around we are going to show you another caddy. It looks like this is now the month of caddies, alright? Because by the time people watch this, we're gonna have another one on the channel, another caddy that we did in a quick transformation in a single day, but this caddy wasn't done by us. I didn't even know about you until you sent me an email, probably, right? Mm-hmm. You never shared anything you've done online?
Hiding.
Yeah. The secret agent. So Jordan built the system himself over the last 1 year, roughly, right? And when he sent the list to me, what he had, I'm like, hang on, this system sounds pretty much the type of crazy systems we build, like front sub, rear sub, mid-range on the dash. I'm like, okay, this must be serious. And he turned up today for a tuning session, and yes, this is pretty serious. Come on, let's say, come with me, Jordan. You can explain what's happening. It's not fully,
Let's just start half finished.
Half finished. Yeah, it's getting
have
there.
children. It's a very time limiting hobby.
Are you planning a similar window for the bomb section, like on the top?
Exactly the same.
Awesome.
Magnet removable window. P6 Ultimate down there. What's that on? The mid tweeter and rear fill.
Yep.
M1X for the
Helix. Yep.
12 W3s, 2 of them, and a Musway 4100 for the front sub and a mid bass.
The mid bass. Yeah. So the P6 Ultimate, just for those who don't know, that's a 6-channel amplifier with a 12-channel DSP. Out of the 12-channel DSP channels, 6 are for the inbuilt amplified channels, and then 4 RCAs can be used for additional amplifiers, just like Jordan used. You can see the RCAs running into that amp over there. So that's how he can control the mid bass from that amp and the front sub. And is that correct? That's correct. No, you only use just a single channel for front sub and a single channel for rear sub.
Yes, use the Y splitter.
Exactly, use the Y splitter because we use channel 9 from the P6 for the front sub with the Y splitter running into that. So you can use 2 channels bridged for the front sub, and then you use the other single channel for the M1X. And people could ask, okay, but why don't you use the last 2 channels on the DSP, because it's a 12-channel DSP. The only limitation with the P6 Ultimate is that it only has an optical output on the last 2 channels. And easiest solution is that you buy a Helix amplifier that has optical input like the P2 or the P1. They designed this cleverly because technically you could have one of those, another P2 or 2 P2s, and
it's just
the
very
P1.
expensive.
Yeah, they are pretty expensive, yeah. And it's much cheaper to do it this way, but then of course, now, if you want to use the last 2 channels, you would need a digital to analog converter to use the optical output. That's the only limitation. I don't know why they couldn't have put 2 more RC outputs.
I know.
It would have been so much more flexible. But I can't complain. Even this way, it's a beautiful piece of kit. Fantastic value that it has.
I mean, there's not a lot more places I can ram a speaker into, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I don't need many more.
So that's the amplification side and the processing that's built into the P6 Ultimate, and then we can do the magic tuning it with a laptop and with a microphone and the usual things. But the front end is not your everyday front end. So when he turned up today, I didn't even remember the email when he asked me for a tuning session. And I'm like, okay, so where is the mid bass? Hopefully it's not in the door, and it's not. Many people know who build kind of competition level sound quality systems. Maybe we could consider this something like that too. That putting a mid bass in the door is just not the best place. But of course, when you want a simple solution, that's pretty much the only thing you can do, just like the other caddy that we shared on the channel. You soundproof the door as much as you can, and then you hope for the best.
Still sounds like us.
And it
I mean,
still...
to be fair, I mean, I reckon to properly sound dead in that door and build a proper ring, it's just as quick to drill a hole in the floor above.
Yes, time-wise, yes, but when it comes to sacrificing the car, cutting it, that's a different story, and that's when people run away. There you go. Jordan started to introduce the situation with his mid bass. So he fitted the mid bass underneath the seat through the floor in true infinite buffalo application, which means that the driver breathes outside of the car, which doesn't make much sense to many people, but technically what happens that the speaker plays into the cabin and it's mounted on the strongest part of the car on the floor. And yeah, you ripped it today because we had to look at the situation. So there's a hybrid audio Unity 6 driver, 6x9 inch driver, which is equal to technically an 8 inch driver. So that's doing the mid bass duty. You will have to recover this, but that's bolted to the floor. Then there's also front sub, a Helix. Which one is it? The K10.
Yeah.
It's not the shallow, it's the normal.
No, full fat.
Yeah. So it's also removable when he needs more space for the Wi-Fi. Then it can be taken out or just kept in there, and now she can enjoy. Yeah, exactly. But we have many videos about why we use a front sub when we want perfect integration between the front end and a sub at the back. And then the mid-range and the tweeter situation. So that's why he went crazy as well, because he pulled the dashboard out and then he fitted hybrid audio L4 SE down there. I just pop it up carefully. Oh, now I did put it on nice and tight because we had a look at it earlier. There you go. You can see that there's a hybrid audio 4-inch speaker hiding there. And he managed to make this grill shaped around the dash nice and cleverly, and it hides it, and the speaker is at a very good location. I love when people who have no experience, then they start to comment so much stupidity online about, oh yeah, that's the worst thing, to fire a speaker against the windscreen.
That's the best thing.
We could talk about it probably for half an hour why that's a good location for a mid-range, but we are not going to do that in this video. And then we have the hybrid audio. That's not the hybrid audio. That tweeter is the Helix CI7 20mm tweeter in nice little 3D printed pods. Again, Jordan made himself. Look at that neck. How nicely it follows the pillar. Was that the first attempt, or you had few attempts?
The other one's a bit better because of the angle's not as severe, but yeah, first attempt, yeah.
Yeah, it worked out great.
Just easy, quick.
Nice and simple, yeah. And we also have rear field. Let's go there. We also have rear field speakers that he printed housing for. Those are the Helix, was it the S3?
3SM.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's
3-inch wideband mids, doing the rear field duty. And then of course we mentioned, but we haven't showed the subs. He's got a big chunky sub as well to have proper low end and proper party mode. They do a great job. And he also fitted these nice and cleverly, because you can see these also 3D printed, which is attached to a threaded bar that goes through a tube down to the floor. So inside of the box he has a tube that's completely sealed off from the enclosure, and the threaded rod goes down to the floor. So this way it's easy to undo it, lift it out. I guess that was the reason.
Yeah, mountain bikes, yeah, work stuff, yeah. Washing machines.
You have a nice clever connector on the side. I guess it's an XT.
Yeah, XT90.
Like we use a lot. And then this way, it's a very practical work van with now a really proper system.
It wasn't proper until it was tuned, wasn't it? It was tuned.
So how big difference did we make there?
You couldn't even call it night and day. It'd be more like burying your head in the mud and then looking into the sun. Yeah, incredible. Yeah, it's mad.
I keep telling people, anybody who has an audio system, you know, don't feel shy contacting us, because I know what it means when you spend hell of an amount of money, time into a system. Either you did it yourself or it was installed by another shop. But unfortunately, getting a system tuned the way we do is something that hardly any shop can do. In UK, there are only few people I can trust. But there's a point where nobody can tune the way PS Sound tunes sound like. Because it's one thing to tune a car to competition to make a system accurate. But it's also another story when people want to have a preset where they can maintain the quality, but they can also turn it up, and everything just goes completely linear with the front end and everything plays together. Then, you know, also tuning rear field speakers running normally or differential is something that not many people deal with. And there you go, after today. You didn't even hear differential rear field till this stage, right? Did you?
I set it up myself, but it wasn't timed or anything. But now with your preset, and you switch it off, like we've experienced,
Yeah.
everything falls kind of empty into the front. You switch it on, and it's like life's being breathed back into it in a way.
Especially when you listen to live recordings or some electronic music with a lot of effect, then it really fills the space without, you know, sacrificing the accuracy of your front stage.
And especially in the van, it just feels like you've got a big boxy bit of air behind
Exactly.
you. Now it doesn't. It feels it.
Also, we made a preset where you can change to a setting where the rear passengers can enjoy the rear speakers running normally, and they get the same signal like your front end. And that way, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a brute experience for them. You could use it as a party taxi, you know, Saturday evening.
Techno taxi.
Yeah, charge double, because of course it's an experience. They don't only pay for the ride, they also pay for the party. Maybe you can go on a longer route and then let them pay. But yeah, I just wanted to show this build for you guys, because even for us, this is a pretty proud moment to see systems coming together from. Sorry to call you exactly. Sorry to call you a DIYer, but you know you don't do it for living. However, I've asked Jordan if he wanted to do it for living because he's on the right path, and there are not many people in this country who build systems, these type of systems, and it's not even finished.
No, like you say, there's a lot of things I would change now and spend more time on, but it functions, and that's the main thing, isn't it?
Exactly. You know what it's like when you have family priorities, work, and on the top of that you have to find time to, you know, live for your hobby. Do you do anything else, or all your free time was spent on this?
Free time, yeah, pretty much just this. Yeah.
You don't do fishing, you don't do gaming?
Just mountain biking, really got an e-bike and stuff, but I mean, just wanted to get it done, so it's just,
There you go. Now you can bring it to meetings, show it to people. Show it to everybody. That, you know what, that's the best bit, when you let completely random people, or not just family members, random people sit in a car like this with a system like this, and then they're just like, what?
Smile.
What? People are not used to it, but it's good. You know, more and more cars we can tune, and we can help with that part. Then we have more and more cars on the road sounding amazing, and then even everyday random people will understand why you do this, why we push car audio to another level.
Why you can't just put a set of speakers in the doors with a head unit and call it a day.
Exactly.
Anymore. The bar has been
Raised a bit.
well and truly
Raised a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, we organize meetings down in Brighton, but this is not the right time to mention it, because now for a while we won't have meetings. However, probably in the description, if you click down description section on the video, then you will see the events that are coming up this season. I will put in the dates for the competition rounds we will have this season. The European Multimedia Association, shorter version called EMA, they organize sound quality competitions, and then if you come along, then you can see similar crazy sound systems like this. We have our cars going to most of the competition rounds as well, so you can see PS sound builds as well. I can highly recommend everybody to, once you just attend and you know, just go to a show, introduce yourself, ask for a demo, and then listen to some crazy systems like this. It definitely helps. And yeah, Caddy owners, there you go. Shall we drop your contact to the description?
For what?
I don't know, if you want to do anything for Caddy people, because you know this car in and out.
Yeah. No, probably not. Yeah.
You're probably not. You have plenty of work.
Jesus, got too much work to do on my own.
Come to us if we have free time. Yeah, we struggle.
No one I would trust.
We struggle scheduling jobs these days as well. But yeah, for sure. If you want to go deeper into car audio, definitely drop us a line. We can show you what this fully active crazy stuff with DSPs and magical tuning
Come in for a demo
is
on
like.
your vehicles.
Oh yeah.
Certainly be blown away.
2 minutes can change the world. when you hear a system like any of these. Alright, I'm going to cut it here. Hopefully you liked it. Feel free to share it, comment, subscribe, do the usual things as I always say. And then we will see you in the next one. Take care.